Hey everyone, it's Josh from Truly Against the Grain. You know, I get asked the same question over and over and over and over, and so I thought, you know what? Let's make a video and answer the most asked question that I get. How long does it take to make one pen? Let's find out. So before we get into actually making the pen, I kind of have a good idea of how long it's going to take me, but why don't you take a second and write in the comments. Now don't cheat and go to the end of this video or anything, but put in the comments how long you think it's going to take me to finish this pen. You think it's 10 minutes? You think it's an hour? You think it's an hour and 10 minutes, 2 hours, whatever it is, put it in the comments below and you'll find out here soon enough. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. So the first thing I did is to decide the kind of wood and the kit that I wanted to use for this video. This right here is a Bethlehem olive wood blank. Now these I purchased from a company in Jerusalem, and they actually go to Bethlehem. They trim the trees, they cut off what needs to be cut off. These trees are old, ancient, and so it's a really pretty, you can see the dark colors, and this really turns out nice. For the pen itself, this is my Narrator pen, so this is the kit that it comes in. You see here it's got the ink, and it's got all the parts inside there, and then this tube actually eventually fits inside of this, and that's what gives it the support that it needs. Now it's time to go ahead and grab this metal tube out of the bag, and we take this and we measure a line, and that determines how much we cut off of this blank. So you see there's a lot of unused wood there, but that's can be used for other stuff. So this is the part we're working with, matches up with this pretty nicely. So once we have determined where we need to cut, it's time to set up the Shopsmith to cut. What you need to do here is we're setting up the table saw. Obviously this is an old table saw. It has some safety features and things, and I'll show you what I do to make sure that I'm safe using this Shopsmith table saw. This is the setup. This is what I use. I get this all set up, and then I bring out my sled. This is my sled that I made. It's just your basic sled that fits here on the grooves, runs through. What I like about this is when you're running something through this, I've kind of got this as a guard. These are 90-degree angles, and what I want to do is I want to keep my fingers away from the blade at all times, so this lets me do that. I can put small items in here, hold my hands way back here, push it through, cut my items, bring it back, turn my saw on and off. So it keeps my fingers away. This is just kind of a closer angle to show you what I'm talking about. You see you have the blade here. If you put your fingers through that, you're not going to have any issues sliding it back and forth. You have these built-in guards here for your fingers to go. Everything's staying plenty far away from the blade. You don't have to worry about this moving because I built on the bottom side little pieces of wood that are glued on here, and so those fit right into those tracks right there. And it doesn't allow for really any movement. It's a great little thing. Cost me, I don't know, scrap wood, and it cost me maybe an hour of my life to build it, but it's definitely worth it. So let me explain what I got going on here. There's a hose coming out, just a vacuum that will allow the dust to be collected. Here on the sled, we have the blank that I marked. This is the length that we want it. So often what I will do is I will just place this in front of the blade. I like to put one of these on the top because, again, I'm not going to put my fingers down here near the blade. That's dumb. So you put something like this here. This puts pressure downward on your piece of wood so that, again, you can hold your fingers back here, and as you push through, it cuts, but your fingers, again, are nowhere near that. All right, here we go. Pop these off, and now we have our blank cut. You see the line there kind of still where I made it, so we know this is plenty long. So now we got our blank finished up. It's cut, it's looking good. What we want to do now is we actually want to drill a hole right through the center of this blank. The point of that is we're going to put a metal tube. You saw that earlier in the video. We're going to put that metal tube through here and glue it in there. That way this has integrity, because once we spin this down, this thing would crush super easily. So that metal inside of there gives it the structural integrity that it needs. So we're going to take a minute and we are going to set that up to bore horizontally through this blank. All right, let's get it done. You can see there that we've got the chuck ready to go. We've got the other chuck ready to go. We'll put the blank in there. We'll put a drill bit in here, and then we will push the blank onto the drill bit. This blank calls for a 3/8 inch tube, so you can see that. So we're going to be drilling through this. So we're going to go ahead and grab the 3/8 bit. Got it right here, and we use, again, just like any standard chuck, we'll use this here to loosen. That's the wrong direction. Loosen it up. There we go. And tighten it. Use this to tighten it further. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. It's a good one to remember. Tighten that up. It's ready to go. I like to tighten this over here as well, just to make sure it's, oh yeah, there we go. Nice and tight. So what we're going to do is we are going to stick this in here like that. We're going to tighten this up. Nice and tight. We're going to slide this forward a little bit, and then what we're going to do is lock. It's really important on these Shopsmiths that you lock all this stuff up that needs to be locked, and then we want to unlock this one here so that we can move this now back and forth. We're just going to ease it on there, back it off. So that's basically the idea there. A little bit of extra wood got stuck on there. This Bethlehem olive wood is definitely a harder wood, and so probably should have gone a little bit slower there. But what we've done, as you'll see here in a second, is we have now taken the time that we need to be able to take this tube now, and the next step is going to be to glue that in there. Okay, so once we've cut the blank, once we have bored through it, we are now ready to clean it out. I like to just take a wire brush and just kind of clean that out. Sometimes it has like wood particles or chunks. Just get that stuff out of there. And then what I do is I super glue these in. Some guys will epoxy them in. I've seen all kinds of things on the internet as far as like best practices, and this is what I do. I just spread a little glue all over all this. I've never had one of these fail on the lathe. I've never had an issue with them coming apart or anything like that. So what I do is this. I just find my super glue there, put it on, ready for this, and I just slide it on in there. It's not difficult. You just kind of keep pushing it in, pushing it in, pushing it in. And then what I do is I just wait kind of once I get it in there, and kind of let that super glue harden a little bit. You'll see probably here on the other side it's not quite all the way through, which is totally fine. But you can let it sit, kind of wiggle it back and forth a little bit like this, and then it should just pop right out. Wipe off the excess glue up top, and none of that. It's really important to not get any glue inside your tube, but once I get them glued up, I just let them sit overnight. Once we have glued the blank in, it is now time for us to sand the blanks. This is probably my least favorite part. It just kind of makes a mess. There's no real easy way to do it. So we're using our sled again. And then we will use this little contraption, which everything's at a 90 degree, so that way when you sand off the edge of your blank, everything's at a nice 90. You get a nice clean cut. Okay, so the process here is pretty straightforward. We've got our sled, we've got our blank, our little system mounted here, and the whole idea here is we're just going to touch this end and kind of rotate it back and forth, and that'll give us a nice finish edge there, nice 90 degree. We'll sand it down to the metal tube. You'll kind of see it shine, and then we'll flip it over and do the other side. Got these finished. You can kind of see how nice this edge looks. See the shine there of the metal. So this is now ready to be turned. Another important thing to check, I've got some calipers here. This is how big this piece of wood needs to be. This is 3.3 inches, and so this is able to slide in, and that tells me that we've got the correct size here according to the specifications. So sometimes it's helpful just to check and make sure that you're inside where you need to be as far as the specifications go, and I do that with these calipers. It is time to get this thing set up in the lathe function. So here we go. We are now basically set up to start turning some pins on our lathe. This is by far the part of the process that takes the most time. So here we go. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and put this on the polishing wheel. We've got a brown and a white polish that we put on this. Gets rid of a lot of the fine scratches and different things. So I don't know how well you'll be able to see me do this, but this is the next step. You can already tell it gives it this nice shine. But it's just a very nice satiny kind of a feel. You still get that texture of the wood. That's what I like about the pens that I make. They don't feel plastic or fake because it's just real wood. We're at the final stage of assembling our pen. Apologize ahead of time for the dirtiness of my fingers, but you know, showing you the real raw version here of what's going on. But you can see the pen here. It's pretty. Looks good. Nice Bethlehem olive wood. And so we're going to go ahead and assemble it. I like to start with the end. It comes with the clip here. Here is the pen press. I'm going to go ahead and put that down. Give it a little tension and push. So we got the tail end on here. Just take this. Push it in like this. Make sure it goes in straight. Give it a little push there. Make sure everything snugs up. And these are pretty simple to put together. That's about it. Drop this in here. the spring, you drop in the ink, you put this on, twist it, add your cap. We got ourselves, just like that, a pen. Looks nice. I really like this wood. It's a good looking pen. Well, we've come to the end of the video. So thanks for watching or fast forwarding, however you got here. So glad you could see this finished product. The Narrator pen made out of Bethlehem olive wood truly is a beautiful pen. So here's the question we all want to know. How long does it take to make one of these pens? The answer is 47 minutes and 34 seconds. That's how long it took to make this Narrator pen. This is one of the simpler pens that I do make, and so it was fun for me. Hopefully it was fun for you to see how long it takes to make this pen. I plan to do more videos. They won't be this long necessarily, but if this was fun for you, you enjoyed it, I just encourage you to like and subscribe to my channel, and when new content comes out, you'll be notified. If you ever want to purchase one of these pens, you can go to trulyagainstthegrain.com, and the link will be below in the description. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.